Hi, good evening, everyone in Kenya from Acacia Studios. Welcome to this evening class on IGTV. Welcome if you're joining us from anywhere else. We're just going to have a gentle, slower class today. A little more yin, still some movement, but mainly more on the ground and supported. So when you're ready, you can come to a comfortable seated position and just sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands to the knees to kind of support and lift, maybe wiggling out the spine a little bit. And then taking 3 nice deep breaths. And just using that opening breath to help ground and root you a bit. There is certainly a lot going on in the world, and we need a little bit of time to breathe to help process and deal and support each other. So that's what this practice is for and why we take this time. Let's bring the hands down to the legs and just kind of massage into the thighs a bit. Again, pressing in to kind of lift up and play with the spine. And then bringing one leg forward and just massaging the back of the calf. And rocking a bit. And again, just moving the breath into the body a bit. So connecting these two parts. And then placing the sole of the foot and getting into the back of the calf there a little bit with the hands and fingers. And then making your way down to that foot. You can kind of cradle it in and just massage the ball of the foot a little bit. If you like to do this toe interlacing, bringing the right fingers or in between the left toes, or if you have the other way around. And then just massaging out the foot. Kind of loosen at the ankle. And then just walking the fingers down the pinky toe edge of the foot, clasping the heel, and gently releasing. And switching to the other leg. Placing the foot, massaging the back. And then massaging into the foot a little bit. Just remembering that all these extremities also need blood flow and circulation. And even just a bit of mental focus and attention to them. We walk on our feet all day. And like the calf, the gastrocnemius, is kind of this large muscle fairly far from the heart and lungs. So it can end up storing things. So massaging it out can be really helpful. Nice. And then let's bring the right foot in and the left leg out. Sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms up. Lengthen out of the spine. Just stay here. Continue to lengthen. Root down through the tailbone and lift up through the shoulders. Lengthening the neck. And then exhale, folding forward. And slowly coming back up and just bringing attention over to the left leg and kind of massaging out the thigh And then slowly folding over and reaching to a comfortable distance. So just keep lengthening the spine as you fold. And remember, you can kind of move to the outside, like the pinky toe edge, so almost coming into like a twist there, or straight over the leg, or to the inner side of the left leg. And those will reach different muscles in the hamstring region that can get pretty tight. And gently come back to center. Switch legs, left leg in, right leg out. And then at first, just reaching straight up, lengthening. And take one more breath, and then exhale, fold. So straight forward here, keeping the hips nice and square. You can also come to the elbows if that's better. And then slowly coming up, and again, bringing the hands to the left thigh. Sorry, the right thigh. Massaging the muscle a bit. And then folding over the leg. Again, either inside of the foot, straight, or to the outside, or a combination of both for about 5 breaths. And then gently coming back to center. Just scoot that left knee in and the right leg on top. And try and let the hips relax here. You can use the feet again to kind of lift yourself up and take a couple breaths here. And then just come into some gentle hip circles, exploring how the legs attach to the pelvic floor. And if you like, folding forward over the legs. If you want to explore some rotations in this posture, you can also bring the body around over to the left and see how that opens and feels on the right hip. Just be real gentle, and maybe rotating over to the right. Using the hands or elbows. And if you like, switching directions. And so again, I'll just kind of always offer these to be either stationary postures, or you can bring in a bit of hip rotation. You know, really intentionally using the breath and the movement to explore the posture. And then it can also be, you know, very still and rewarding in both ways. And let's gently come up and switch legs. Anything you need to do in between, rocking out the hips. Or sometimes even lifting up can be nice. And And then we'll switch, so the right leg's on the bottom, left leg's on top. Is that the way we did it? Let's see. And then coming in on the other side. I really am feeling the legs. They both feel deeply opened. And again, if you want to come into some rotations, and coming to these angles where you're lengthening the spine out of the hips, and then finding a leaning position can really help open those up. At least for me, and switching directions if you like. And let's unwind the legs. Gently shift the hips side to side and bring the soles of the feet together. Take a deep breath in. Another breath in, lengthening straight up. And exhale, releasing through the hips. One more deep breath in, lengthen up. And on the exhale, you can begin to tilt the hips forward, using the elbows to open up the legs. And then if you like, bringing the left arm behind you, just using the right hand to gently open the leg a little bit. And switching to the other side. And then gently release that. Let's come to lie on our backs. And just bring the knees to a right angle, letting the lower back release into the mat. And then separate the knees, just hips distance. Bring the hands in between the knees and then provide resistance to the legs so you engage the adductors. And then bring the hands outside the knees, and again, pressing in with the hands, out with the knees. And then gently release, squeeze the knees into the chest, bringing them into some circles here, rocking and switching directions. And bringing the knees back to a 90-degree angle, pressing into the front of the quads. And gently walking the hands down if you like as you do this. And again, squeezing in and releasing. around some circles. Bringing both legs straight up. Can separate, again, the feet hips distance, and then just rotate the ankles out. Let the blood flow down out of the calf muscles. Deoxygenated blood having a little bit easier time, and the advantage of gravity that it usually doesn't have. And then just try and bring both legs into little circles here. And switching directions. And then gently releasing, squeezing the legs in. And we'll keep hold of the right knee, extend the left leg long. Nice, deep breaths here. Again, if you like, walking the hand down the front of the shin to change the stretch, or bringing the knee out into little circles here in the socket. Bring the right knee all the way out to the right. Left leg is still straight. Left hand is on the top of the hip. You can support the knee or leg with your arm or hand. And then gently bring it back in and come into some bigger circles here. And then let the knee fall out with the foot inside, so like a fallen tree pose. And gently we'll switch legs. So left knee comes in, right leg extends. You can walk that hand down again. And then bringing the left knee more into the left armpit region, rotating there. And then bringing it all the way out to the left. You can support it with the arm kind of at the elbow, like a little lift for it. And bringing it back in. And then placing the foot down, and again a fallen tree, so that left leg is just, you're basically in this shape, laying down. Nice deep breaths to open the hips. Release stagnation. And then bring the left leg up, and just some bigger knee circles here. Nice. Bring both knees so they're by the hips. We'll just do some gentle hip lifts here. Lifting the hips off the mat and then just rotating. So they can drop down and lift up. You can come onto the toes if you like. Just exploring here again. And if you want to provide some resistance, you can press down at the top of the hip flexors. again, this can be held in stillness where you're just engaging the muscles, or you can see if you need some movement to help open up those places a bit. And slowly lower down. Let the knees fall side to side. And then let's place the right ankle on the left knee and then squeeze it in. I'm gonna try and rotate a bit. There we go. And if you are real open in your hips and you like half pigeon, you can even just squeeze that top right leg in and let the left leg extend, rotating there a bit. Otherwise, release the leg and then just let that whole right foot come falling over to the left and let the right leg kind of open up over the left. So again, you can stay there and I'll just go through that transition again if you need it. The left foot's on the ground, right ankle is on top, and you just let that whole leg structure fall over to the left, and the body twists gently to the right. Right leg opens up. Again, I like to use my hand to press and lengthen the spine out of this right hip. Sending breath to our kidneys, kind of located at the lower back region. And then gently coming back through center, releasing the legs, and just doing anything you like to kind of shift back out of it. You can lift up the hips, rotate them again. Gently release down, and let's just do this engagement again. So you lift the knees up. Press on the insides of the thighs, engaging the legs. And then switching the hands on the outside, pressing in as the legs press out. And then the left ankle comes on top of the right knee, and then we'll squeeze in here. Again, you can stay in stillness or rotate, feel length in the spine. Maybe hold on to the left foot and extend the right leg if you like that. When you're ready, release the right foot, and the left foot comes all the way down over to the right, and the knee falls out. The body and chest, try and level them out and shift the gaze over to the left. Lengthening out of the left hip flexor, taking deep breaths to the lower back. And slowly coming back up, gently releasing, lift the hips up, rotate here. And gently come back down and squeeze the knees into the chest. Begin to rock on the back. Come all the way up to a seated position. Sitting up, hopefully the hips feel nice and open. Just bringing the elbows out to a T. Opening through the chest. And then we'll do kind of some cat and cow. So accentuating this, you're going to basically open up. And then exhale, squeeze the elbows together and the head kind of comes in, the body curls. I can show you from the side. So nice dramatic inhaling and exhaling. Engaging the belly, opening the heart and chest. And then gently release, bring the hands to the knees. And again, some hip rotations here. Going clockwise 3 times. Counterclockwise. Switching. And gently releasing. Let's just stretch out the neck a little bit as well. So dropping the chin towards the chest. Bring the shoulders straight back. And then right ear over to the right shoulder. Left arm out to the left. This front of the pectorals gets really tightened with a lot of our forward movements. And then just play with the left arm a little bit here, maybe bringing it up to shoulder height and coming into some gentle circles. Maybe forward and back. Again, no real specific movement here, just whatever you're feeling to kind of open up that region. And see how rotating through the hand, lifting the thumb up, for example, and pulling it back will be a much different sensation, right? Again, something we often don't do, this very open winged position. And gently release the arm behind the back. Take a few breaths here. And releasing that left arm. Moving over to the right, so just starting with the left ear to the left shoulder, real gentle. Again, opening and focusing on this right pectoral region. And then bringing the right arm up as you like, or into some rotations. Bringing it back. This is a good stretch too, along a wall. And some level circles is really nice here too. There's no real magic, it's just kind of time and attention and breath to these parts of the body that we often use, but don't kind of rehydrate with nice oxygenated blood or a bit of opening so they can just tighten up. And then come back through center. Let's do some full neck circles in both directions, 5 and 5. And take your time, try and keep a nice long spine, drop the chin to the chest. Clockwise 5 times. counterclockwise. And gently release. Come to sitting on the knees. And then just shift the feet out behind you and over to the right. Grab onto that right ankle with the right hand. Reach the left arm up and over. Lengthening through the side body. And then releasing the left hand to the right knee and coming into a gentle twist. And coming back through center, switching the legs over to the left. And reaching the right arm up. And eventually bringing the right hand to the left knee, gentle twist. And come back through center. Just sit on the heels and bring the hands to the legs. And again, feeling some rotations in the hips. This position allows you a lot of movement there, where the ones we were doing earlier might have been a little more restrictive. Let's come into eagle arms, wrapping the right arm underneath the left, bringing the elbows up to the chest. Bringing some breath into the upper back. So again, we're just clearing the body with new, fresh breath, keeping the organs cleansed. And gently release. Shrug the shoulders a little bit. Couple circles with the jaw, both directions. And then to the other side, left arm under the right. And gently release. Let's come to stand up on the knees. Bringing the hands to the lower back. Again, first focusing on lengthening up and then a gentle lean back. Sometimes I'll walk my hands up my back a little, kind of opening and creating space throughout the torso. Press down through the shins. And gently releasing, rotating through the hips here on the legs. And coming into a back bend again. You can engage the arms here as well if you like. Or open up. One more breath. And then exhale, gently come back up. Again, just rotate at the hips. And then slowly come to sit down onto the knees. Reach both arms up, lengthen. And exhale over to the right. Inhale back up, palms touch. And exhale over to the left. Come back to center. We're just gonna have our final rest. I'm gonna come into child's pose for about 10 breaths, and then I will sign out. If you wanna come to laying on your back, that's also an option. I just thought this might be a nice final resting pose. You don't always have to do the same one. So lean forward as you like. Take 10 breaths. Allow the breath to fill the body. And send the breath to the space surrounding the heart. You're welcome to stay right there or shift into another position of rest and take some more deep breaths. Otherwise, you can roll back to a seated position. With gratitude for the space and time to practice. Thank you. Stay well, everyone. Take care.